You're doing really well.
I'll take that first.
Thank you. Right, drive safe, won't you? Because it is icy, so drive safe, yeah?
Will do, yeah. Thank you very much.
Pleasure.
Morning.
Right.
Yeah, Alan Norris. Steve. What we got?
58 Island.
58 Island. Thank you very much. Right, good morning fish people. I'm Alan Norris from FishOn TV. And it's a proper cold and frosty morning this morning. It is Sunday. What's the date today, David? 3rd of January. Sunday 3rd of January. I am at Hayfield Lakes for the Carpa Qualifier, or an open as some people like to fish it, but I'm in good company. David Usher to my right and Dave Burley the next one up. A couple of photographs of Dave smashing the ice, and I'll just let you have a quick look. I've drawn a lovely peg, but I just can't cast out to where the fish are because of ice. Here we go, look. I know you might not be able to see it, I'm not sure, but around about here, about 14 metres is ice, and they've been catching on waggler out here and on bomb and on method feeder, on hybrid feeder, and they have been quite productive pegs. Over the other side, I think it's peg 11 that's been winning it, so we're not a million mile away from the fish. But the trouble is, it's a little flick with a Duro banjo feeder or a bomb out to there. I have gone to about 11 metres, and it's about, God, it must be nearly 10 foot, 9 foot, 10 foot. It's really deep. I don't like fishing that deep on pole. I've got one line set up there. One line I'm going to chuck maggots to on my left hand side, see if there's any perch, roach, skimmers like there was the week before. And I think I'll sit on a little bomb or a method feeder as well and just see if we get a few pulls from there. But it's not ideal, but it's turned out not a bad day. I've got my brolly up because it was absolutely lashing it down earlier, and it is freezing. It was 1 degree. The other two lakes, the Adams, they're all ice free, so not sure where the winners are going to come from. There's people still chucking icebreakers in now. It is quite clear down there. From about here it's clear, so you know there could be some fish there, but with the ice being there where we are, will the fish be underneath the ice? Will it be a little bit warmer there? We don't know. But it's all trial and error today. I don't know what to expect, to be honest with you. I really fancied it if it had been clear. I really did fancy it for a fair few fish, and so did David. Everybody on these pegs here really fancied it, but you can only do your best, and we shall see how we get on. I think I'll probably just start having a little look round the edge with a little bomb and a wafter or a pellet or a soft pellet or corn, something like that, just to have a little look. I'm not going to throw any bait in. Then I'll have a look with the pole. We'll just see what happens. I know Dave's definitely going to go out and out. Dave Burley's going to go out and out pole, so I'll see how he progresses. I think he's targeting skimmers. I think he's going for chopped worm. I've heard him chopping away. So I've got soft pellet, corn, maggots, and obviously little micros, different coloured micros, and we'll see how we get along. So ready for the off in about 5 minutes. Updates as we go along. 1, 2, just testing. Right, 1, 2, just testing. Right, have another recast. First one we're in for 15 minutes. On double corn, just bomb and double corn. And it was literally a roach bite, that. It was a little tap, so I'd had a couple of those, so I lifted into it. And this time, it's on. The guy to my left's had 2, he's on method feeder, chucking up to edge of ice. And the 2 guys opposite, the end peg on the other bank, they've had a carper piece. We're really surprised. And they've not got as much water as what we have. Now, there's 1 or 2 fish being caught, but it has been shut for 3 or 4 days. So they are wanting a bit of snap. It's definitely a carp, this. I thought it was going to be a bream with the way the bite was. So that's just taught me a little thing about what's happening today. Lift on them little taps, because that's all it was. Let's just hope we can get it in. And the guy to my left, I'll have to find out his name. I've forgotten his name. He's had a couple anyway, and he's on the hybrid feeder. just hope I can keep this one on. Come on, son. Come to the mighty fisherman. It's putting a decent scrap up, I think. I'm not sure. I think it might be a ghosty. Not seen it properly yet. That's a nice carp, is that? That's about £6. You can't complain at that. Nice mirror. We can't complain at that at all. Obviously wrapped around its bloody fins. Oh. Right, I'm not going to get it out, but it's too cold. It's like a block of ice. But look at that. That's a decent lump, is that? Nice start. So we're about half an hour in. I'm going to give that £7, I think. So, there we go. Flicking to the edge of the ice. I'll probably follow that ice out as it goes out. A couple of pieces of corn around it, so update soon. Well, I can't believe it. I just cast it in. 3 pieces of corn around it. I was just about to put my timer on it. It went straight round. What a start that is. Dave Burley's into one. There we go. Not as big as the last, but any fish today. I'm more than happy. Yeah, nice common, that one. Well, unbelievable, isn't it? I was expecting the worst. 2 fish in 3 casts, that's unbelievable. Right, let's get back in and see if we can get another one. Can't complain at that, can we? Right, we're 2 hours in. I've had a liner since those 2 that come within minutes of each other. Oh, just icebergs just coming along, just 2 secs. Got lumps of ice drifting past me now. There's 2 secs. Oh, I'm going to have to get that right under there. There's 2 secs, folks. Right, we must be mad as fishermen, eh? Right, I'm back again. Right, there's update to 2 hours. Dave Burley's had a couple of skimmers and he's just had his 5th carp, I think. He's fishing at 16 metres in a bit that he's cut out, and he's doing alright, is Dave. I think he's probably winning it so far, but there's a guy, I've forgotten his name, Andy, over there. He's just had 3 carp in 3 puttings, but he'd had nothing for a couple of hours. I've just been searching and following ice out along there. I've just gone onto my method. All I've had is a liner. I've not seen any more fish caught to my left. Dave to my right just here. Dave Usher, he's not had anything, just a few liners. I've not tried my pole line yet. You don't feel like trying it because it's that bloody cold. So, good start, but it's just not continuing. I'm going to have a look at my pole line because that's what Dave's catching on. And just see if there's anything out there. I've been putting a few maggots down, not in the margin, but I'm fishing at about 5 foot-ish, maybe a little bit more. Just to my left here. Just keep putting maggots down there. I'm not right sure that I'll have a go on that. We'll see anyway, because you can still catch carp on maggots, can't you? But I've searched all along there, and I've just not really had anything. Apart from icebergs coming across all the time. This ice is breaking up a little bit, and it's gone out a couple of metres since we've been here. But when I got that second one, I thought, oh, there could be a few here, but I've had nothing since, absolutely zero. So we'll persevere with this for another. Well, I've only got a few minutes left on this cast, and I'm going to go and have a look on my pole line and just see if there's anything knocking about there. You can search around a little bit with the pole without putting too much feed in. Nose is runny. It's that bloody cold. So that's the updates. There's been 1 or 2 fish caught, but I think Dave is probably winning it at the minute, Dave Burley. He does know they're another local expert. Good to watch what he's doing. Like I say, I'll be fishing it about 10 foot deep out there. I don't like it that deep on pole. It's not something I'm used to doing, but it's something you've got to get used to, innit? So as you can see, it's freezing this side. They've had a bit of sun on them over there, but we've had bag at all. So that's the update. Not too much to shout about. I'll give you updates as we go along, hopefully with more fish. Over and out. Right, another update for you. It's 1:20. We finish at 3. I've still had no more bites. Tried the pole. I had 1 bite on that, which I missed. Persevered with it for another half hour or so. I never had a bite. Dave Burley's admitted to £25, and Dave Usher outside of me here, he's had 2 carp and a skimmer. I don't think they're as big as mine, but and he's just lost one as well. In the net, it actually jumped back out of the net and unhooked itself. Been 1 or 2 caught over there, but I've not seen too many people to my left catching. There have been 1 or 2 fish being caught, but it's dead. It went quiet for Dave as well, and he just chucked a bomb out. I think he's on a wafter, and he's just had one on a wafter, bomb and wafter. I've just gone back on. I've actually put a little block end feeder on with a few micros in and 2 6mm expanders. Usually do okay with that. 8mm expander, 2 6mm expanders. I've had fish on that, but it's I'm just not getting liners. I'm not getting anything at all. So it's gone very tough, and it's very, very cold. The ice has moved back a bit. I'd say it's gone to about 16 metres now, something like that, 15 or 16 metres. I've just chucked to the edge of the ice again, in the same area as where I caught the 2 this morning. I've not put a lot of bait in. I keep finding the odd piece of corn, 2 or 3 pieces. Just the 2, yeah, but it's just not happening. Like I say, I tried hybrid feeder, tried just the bomb and corn, bomb and pellet, bomb and wafter, and it's just not happening. I thought when I got those first 2, I thought, oh, nice one, I could be on a ball of fish here. So I think, from what I've seen, it's hard to tell. I think Dave is still probably winning it. He says £25. I think he might have a little bit more, unless the fish he's caught are smaller than what I actually think they were. So we could do 3 or 4 decent lumps in the next hour and a half, or hour and 40 minutes, just to try and get back up there. 2 or 3 fish just to put me in contention and be nice. But it's just not happening. So it could be another short winter video. This can happen in winter, unfortunately. I'm pretty sure if that ice wasn't there, waggler, bomb and long hybrid feed into the middle, it would have been a different story. Because it is a good peg, this. But I do know that they have been catching on waggler towards the middle, bomb and hybrid feeder. So, not too much to report. If anything happens, I shall be back. Right, there's about 9 minutes to go. I've just done my last cast. Got the Juro banjo feeder on. Still not had any bites at all. But neither did anybody else. There's loads of people packing up round us. Dave Burley, we think, has probably won it. He's been catching pretty steady all day. Dave Usher at the side of me has just lost one, which could have probably won the section by default. He thinks I have a chance of winning the section by default if Dave Burley wins the lake. So that's what we're hoping for. I mean, I think I've got about £11. I don't know how big those fish are. 11, £12. The guy to my left who had 2 carp, he's packed up because he obviously thinks my carp are bigger than his. There is still another angler. Oh, I've not kept my eye on all day. I don't know what he's had. He's got a net in. I know he's definitely got something. So, don't know. Is it going to be a section win by default, or is it going to be another second? I don't know. But it's been bloody cold today. Very cold. And I'm absolutely wrapped up to hilt as well. I've even got my gloves on. Keep putting my hook bait on with them. So it's just hope the tip goes around to secure it. We think, we're not sure. But like I say, I've not been keeping my eye on them to my left all the time because I've been looking away, but I've been watching those. I think it's been Dave Burley and the guy across there with the brolly up. Andy, I think they call him. So we shall see at the weigh-in where we've come. Is it going to be another second in section? Fingers crossed. Clutching at straws again. But yeah, short video. Got to apologise. Not a lot we can do about it. There's not a lot of fish being caught today. Dave Burley's shown his class today, so well done, David. Right, we shall find out soon. Right then, fish people, it is a couple of days later. We are all weighed in. I didn't video the weigh-in because of the weather. It were pretty dreadful. It were raining, it were freezing. I just wanted to get my gear away, get weighed in and get off, basically. So apologies for not videoing the weigh-in. I have got the results here. As you saw, I've drawn really well. Peg 58. I thought, get in, nice one. I knew I would be on the fish there. But, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. When we arrived at our pegs up there, it was iced over. So the usual tactics that I would have put into place there, which would have been a long hybrid feeder towards the middle, a waggler at about 25 metres, fishing between 6 foot and 10 foot depending on where they are, a suspended bait, which does work on there in winter. That's what's been winning a few matches. I think Peg 11, which was opposite, I think that's what he caught on the week before, and obviously a bomb over the top of that. That's how simple the match was going to be for me. But with it being iced up, I had about 13 metres of water in front of me. I got Dave Usher to my right, he was the same. Dave Burley on a bit of a point, a couple of pegs further up, he actually chopped a peg out to give himself 16 metres, fishing as far out as he could. But it was about 11, it's got to be 11 foot deep there, because I did set my long pole up. I fished it about 11 metres. It was 11-12 metres. It was about, it must have been at least 10 foot deep there. I've not got the floats, I'm not kitted up for that, to be honest with you. The heaviest float that I got was about 3/4 of a gram. Now it did hold reasonably okay, but it never felt right. And I looked at what Dave had got on, Dave Burley. I'm guessing he got between a 1 and a 3 gram float, because you do get quite a bit of tow on there. It was a hell of a lot bigger float than what I've got, so it's something I need to invest in if I'm going to be fishing Hayfield a little bit more. Bigger floats, 1 to 3 gram, depending on, depending on what the conditions are. So it was nice watching Dave. If you don't know Dave Burley, he is a former Maver Match This champion, knows Hayfield Lakes inside out. He is a local lad, a local expert, one of the finest down there, Dave, aren't you? One of the finest. He'll have a little smile on his face now. My plan was a little underarm flick to the ice, same with the bomb. I decided to fish double corn. I set the long pole up, which I've got soft micros and soft pellet, maggots if I wanted, or corn if I wanted, and I was drizzling maggots to my left at sort of 6 metres in about 5 or 6 foot of water. That's if there was nothing happening. But as it turned out, I never actually had a bite on the maggot whatsoever, and that's unusual for there, because In summer you get pestered to death by millions of silvers, millions, and there's lots of skimmers in there, but I never had a bite on it whatsoever. I had one bite on the long pole. I didn't stick it out because it never felt right. It just didn't, you just know when it just don't feel right. And as I've mentioned, I think I was watching Dave Burley catch skimmers and carp. He's done a masterclass on the long pole in deep water. He's fished an excellent match in the conditions. The guys over the other side, really surprised they were catching from the off, or a couple of them were. And they've done alright, or one of them certainly done okay. Now, we were hoping, as you saw, on the bomb in the first half hour, second cast, in fact on the first cast I was having a couple of little taps, and I thought, oh, is that skimmers, is it roach? I wasn't right sure. So after 15 minutes with not a decent pull, I went back out there and I just thought, next time I have a little tap, I'm lifting into that, and I did, and I ended up with a 7 or 8 pound miracat, which was very nice indeed. Back in the same spot, 2 or 3 pieces of corn, and within seconds it was nearly off the rest, complete opposite bite. So I'm rubbing my hands thinking, whoa, I'm on the fish. That was it. Never had a bite after, sorry, apart from the pole bite. Never had another bite. The liners and things disappeared. I spoke to a few other guys. They said early doors they were getting 1 or 2 little liners and taps, and they disappeared as well. David Usher to my right, he ended up catching a couple in the end, but it was all about Dave Burley that day, and I've forgotten his surname, Andy on peg 11 on the other side, Andy Bailey. Now we were hoping that Dave Burley would win the lake, which would then create a default section up for grabs. There have been a few fish caught to my left, and David Usher to my right, he caught a few as well. So let's get on to the results. So in first place, the lake winner and your first qualifier for the Carpa final was Dave Burley. What a mighty fisherman you are, son. It was a pleasure to watch you today, or should I say the other day. Well done, son, and good luck in the final, mate. Very, very good luck. Your winner, your second qualifier, again by default, this I'm saying again, this is by default because David Smith, who qualified last week, he won the lake on Adams, which left it open for Lyndon Grimmett to sneak a qualifying place with £43. Dave Smith had £43.15, Lyndon had £43. He is your second qualifier, so well done, Lyndon. What a mighty fisherman you are. Good luck in the final, pal. Mark O'Neill was there, he was on my lake, and so was David Wood. So on our lake with Dave Burley first with £50, Andy Bailey opposite on peg 11 with £38. So well done, Andy. What a mighty fisherman you are. You did well there, son, in those conditions. And in third place, Mark O'Neill. What a mighty fisherman. Well done, son. He had £20, which I think opened up a default section for David Wood, and he's won his section with £9. I think it was £9.12, one fish. So that's how difficult it's actually fished. So it came to our section. I weighed in at £13.5, and thanks to Dave Burley winning the lake, I've won my section. By default, of course, so can't quite say I'm a mighty fisherman, but I'm highly delighted to take the £30 on a section win. So well done me. That's pretty much it. There wasn't too much to report. It is a bit of a sit and wait at this time of year, but I hope you've enjoyed the insights to Dave Burley was actually catching on micros and soft pellet, and he's fished that most of the day. He did have a little rest, we rested it, chucked to his right with a hybrid feeder or method feeder, and he managed to get a carp from there as well, so well done, pal. So I hope you've enjoyed the insights to another Carpa League at the wonderful Hayfield Lakes. We are now in lockdown, so I don't know when we'll be back on the bank. We might actually be back on the bank now, because I know we're going to string the videos out every 2 weeks, or he will have done already. So we might actually be on the bank now while you're watching this video, I don't know. So I hope you've enjoyed today's little video. I look forward to seeing you on the bank very soon. And thanks for watching. Don't forget, if you haven't already subscribed, it's absolutely free, it's a freebie. click the subscribe button, click the notification bell, and you will get all our videos as we upload them. So we shall see you pretty soon, and thanks for watching. Don't forget guys, fish on.